I don't believe it.
All right. We see
Hi.
Brian. I don't see
Brian's
me, but
there.
that still counts.
Does that still count?
So in 1972, Lori, there was this
I
issue.
reproduced by mitosis.
I'm going to treat Brian with respect and dignity tonight. So in case you and Paul are thinking about treating Brian like dirt,
Thank you, Greg.
treating him like dirt like you usually do, Lori and Paul don't.
No, he's my.
But you.
I know. I've never treated you like dirt. I mean, we've had spats, but I've never treated you like dirt.
I don't know you well enough to treat you like dirt.
Did we have spats? Was it a spat? Yeah, I guess it was a spat.
Well, when you were being a misogynist that time, agreeing with James Walker's stuff, remember? James
No,
Walker said
I don't
something
remember
and you jumped
what
in,
it
Brian, and
was.
said, I agree with the misogynist. How'd you feel about that, Lori, when you agree with the misogynist?
Degree, so
It's-
I am a misogynist.
Yeah, you are.
When you agree with a misogynist, you are a
Misogynist.
misogynist. Do you understand that concept?
All right. Well,
anyways,
you were saying
1972 National Lampoon science fiction issue, right?
All right.
And the Star Trek story is, it's like fan fiction by
Brian
National
would bring-
Lampoon.
Yeah.
And the story is Kirk gets a little horny on the bridge, and Uhura, she gets on top of him and pulls up her mini skirt. And you can do the rest in your mind, obviously. And it's
is that appropriate for a family show like
this
this?
is not a family show.
It's not a
And
family.
now that I think about it, I'm gonna bring that next time and read it on the air and read the whole story to you, Lori.
I would
it's
love
Star
that.
Trek fan fiction, National Lampoon style from
I would love
1972,
that.
and it's really down and dirty.
Yeah, they got really kind of dirty there for a while at the end.
No, this is the beginning. This is 72.
Is this my actual color, skin
Yes.
color?
You
did Tom
you look-
enhance
No,
me?
no,
you look
I'm
very
that
slim.
tan.
You look very. That's why I look pasty in comparison.
Well,
That's why I noticed
you've been in the tanning booth all
that
week.
I looked. No, she's got a pool. She doesn't need a tanning
I'm
booth.
out there. No, but I can't. People are constantly saying to me, "Actually, look at your tan. Oh my God, you're so tan. You're so gorgeous tan." Blah 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 blah.
It must
Yeah,
be great being
not me.
gorgeous.
I'm nice and pasty.
Lori, when people,
I have a
people say you're
library
gorgeous,
tan.
Lori, does
What?
that when people say you're gorgeous, does that make you feel like you're being objectified, or do you like it?
I like it.
Okay, Brian.
That's
when
what
people
I'm
say you're
going for.
Yeah, Brian. When people say you're gorgeous, do you like it, or do you feel like you're being objectified?
I haven't heard that lately, anyway.
When you were a kid,
When you're a kid.
when a UFO abducted you and put you on a spacecraft, they said you're gorgeous, buddy. Did you feel that was good, or did you feel objectified?
Sure,
They say they're gonna
yeah.
bend over, gorgeous.
Gorgeous is fine, but
Gorgeous
We're gonna anal
is
probe you.
gorgeous is as gorgeous does.
Gorgeous is as gorgeous does.
Thank you, Forrest. My mama always said, "Gorgeous is as
So,
So
gorgeous
I'm doing
does."
my, and with Paul and I are working together on my book, How to Emotionally Satisfy a Woman, next Saturday, September 30th, 1 p.m. at Kenmore Library. The fans are flocking in already. They're already at the library, waiting outside.
There's
in
a line.
queues.
They've
They
got-
have tents. They have tents.
Camping gear, a little
Camping gear.
stove, a little camp stove.
So
They're
it's gonna
making
be
their coffee.
Me and Paula and our friend Tosco's on the cover of the book. And Brian, I know you're going to be there with bells on. Right,
Oh,
buddy?
yeah, for sure.
Of course.
You
Lori,
didn't
you're
tell
gonna be
me
there
you were
with
wearing
on.
bells.
You're
Yeah.
You're gonna be there with bells on. And we got the other Brian, Dr. Jazz, is going to play music at this event. That's going to be amazing. It's going to be mind blowing.
Wow.
He's going to play 1920s clarinet in the 2020s.
That's right.
I will have a special surprise for
Great.
that day. For that day.
If it's a shirt with my face on, I put my face on the back of the shirt, and on the front of the shirt put the book cover.
Should it be the back of your head on the back of the shirt? No, this shouldn't.
I like to see the back of my head on the back of the shirt. I never saw the back of my head. Brian, have you ever seen the back of your head?
only in a mirror.
Only on the spaceship when they abducted you.
Only yeah.
Well, they cut the
no,
back
I've
of his
never
head off and
actually
showed it to him.
been on a spaceship. Actually, I've been reading a lot of UFO stuff lately. Which
This
I'd
is
love
not
to share
Paula's
with
show.
Richard.
This is Greg's show. You don't talk about what you're reading.
We'll do my show on October. What is it? October
October
7th.
7th. October
Brian,
7th.
can you please, with all dignity and respect, can you save your talk about reading till October 7th, please? Thank you.
This is a more visceral show.
Ooh, visceral.
Let's
This
talk
is-
sports,
Yeah.
Brian. Brian, sports. Josh Allen, has he turned it around?
Greg brought up the UFOs, and I was just going to say, I've been
I told you not-
questioning
I told
whether
you
I
not to.
actually ever was on one of those ships, but
Oh,
I really
I
don't
think you
so.
were.
that-
On Hurdle
I
Hurdle
think that
Avenue.
the aliens-
Remember when it landed on Hurdle Avenue next to Mighty Taco and you got in?
Why
Well,
is
they
there
got to
just
eat, man. It's a long trip back.
Yeah.
Well, of course. and aliens
well,
like
that's
Mighty,
the only
Mighty Taco.
reason they came is because of Mighty Taco.
Mighty Taco, yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Now,
I don't
Brian,
care
They
about
heard
their
the
sex
ad
life.
millions of miles away.
Lori, did
The
Josh
fart
Allen turn it
ad.
around?
They heard the,
Has Josh
the
Allen turned
fart
it around?
ad.
I can't.
Has Josh Allen turned it around, Lori?
Absolutely. And
and
Diggs.
and shook it all about.
Diggs. Diggs turned it around.
Diggs, wow.
Turned it
That's
all
great
around.
expert analysis.
Yeah.
Do the hokey
That's like Planet
pokey,
Paul
and he
level
turned it all
expert sports
around.
analysis.
That's
You're right.
what
Diggs
it's
turned it
all
around,
about.
and Allen turned it around. Brian, did Allen and Diggs turn it around, or is Lori wrong?
I'm reserving judgment. We'll see tomorrow.
Against the Commanders.
What's tomorrow?
So
They're playing
Another
the
game.
Commanders.
What?
They're playing the Commanders, also
Yeah.
known as the Washington football team, also known as
Where?
the Redskins
Where?
in
Yeah.
Washington,
Oh, okay, good.
Maryland, actually.
Thank God.
Thank God,
says.
not near your house, in Maryland.
I'll tell you. When
No
that
more,
game,
no
when
more
the-
urinating and defecating
When that game
on
was
your,
going on, I could
on
hear
your
it.
lawn.
I could hear it.
When you go to Highmark Stadium for the Chicken Wing Festival, is that exciting?
It was
You ate chicken wings for a couple hours? Could you
more
tell
than a couple.
Could you tell the difference between one chicken wing and another chicken wing?
Yes.
So you were rating them while you were eating them.
Yes.
I could tell the difference between one chicken wing and another.
So they slaughter some better
And
chicken.
I know that Brian
Some-
can because he is
some
a
people,
chef.
Some of the people that right, he's a chef. So some people that were there slaughtered better cutted chicken. What the hell is that?
Ignore it.
Okay, better. Some they slaughter better chickens, like bigger,
Well,
tastier.
Well, no, it's the
slaughtering, or-
sauces, darling.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the wings. Then they're all.
Oh, I
pretty
thought you
much
were
the same.
talking about could you tell the difference between one wing and another? And it's easy because you sit there and
Yeah.
say,
This
here's
wing is
one
this
wing, and this is not this is not the same wing.
No, I mean taste wise.
It's another one.
Taste
yeah.
wise.
I know they look similar.
Taste-
Here
Taste-wise, Lori.
comes
Taste-wise,
another
yeah.
one.
I can
it all
tell
just down to-
someone sat
Just
on
like
this
the other
chicken wing in my car and farted on it.
What?
Someone
Sat
sat
on a chicken wing in your
car, farted on it?
on it.
That's is that
tell
your
this
biography?
was something
Autobiography,
like that.
Brian?
Yeah.
The lead off sentence in your autobiography, chapter 1.
I'd read that book.
Someone
I'd eat that
sat
book.
on a chicken wing in my car and farted on it. the Brian, the Muka, is it
That'd make
Muka?
Yeah,
That'd be a
Is
good
that right?
song.
Am
I would-
pronouncing it right?
that would be a good country and western song.
Yeah,
Is it Muka?
it's much
Mucha.
Mucha.
Muka.
Mucha.
much appreciated.
Well, whatever. I tried. I'm trying to show you respect,
did.
respect, and
did.
that'd be a great autobiography to read. Anything else besides chicken wings and being farted on by your friends in the car? I mean, you got to have a whole chapter on being one of the greatest people alive and how you're better than all of us and we're all lesser beings than you. Right? Aren't we at a lower level than you, Brian? Paula, Lori,
As
and
far as
myself.
what? Intelligence?
Intellect, yes.
Intellect.
You're higher brow than
No,
us.
not intellect. Maybe I would say maybe awareness, but not intellect.
Wow.
You're not
Awareness.
as gorgeous
So you're
as
more-
I am.
It's,
Yeah, Lori's more gorgeous than
I'm more
you.
gorgeous.
I don't know if
You're
I would-
aware of
I
the
would
more
agree,
the more
yeah.
I read self-help books, the more help I need. So I don't know how
I'd
aware
like to recommend
I
a
am.
help,
work?
help
I was
book
going to
right
say,
now. It's called-
I don't know if self-help books really help anybody.
Yes,
but,
they do. I wrote one.
They help the authors.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, they
I have a-
they
I have a
do.
friend from
you have
high
to
school.
practice what they preach. Though.
I have a friend from high school. Let's call her Liz
That's
Evans.
true.
Okay. So, and her let's call her husband Timothy Leary. Okay. So
Okay.
they've been together.
It's
They've been
his
married,
actual name.
been married since the late '90s. And I told Liz about this book. And she said, I had to have that book for my husband. Send it to me in the mail. Then I sent it to her in the mail, and she said, we studied it together. He's already growing by leaps and bounds every day. Every day he turns over a new page by turning a page. And he came up to me at my high school reunion last week. I went to my 40th high school reunion, and he came up to me and said, thank you, Greg. Thank you for saving my marriage. And I went over to Liz later. I said, I want to tell you I'm happy I could save your marriage. And she says to me, you did. And I'm like, I did. That's great. And then she said, wait a minute. No, there was no problems. I thought it over. Wait, no. And I said, you did? No. And then a half hour later, I mentioned to her that she said, you did. And she said, I said, how long are you going to carry this cross with me, Greg? You're going to keep bringing this up all the time? I said, it happened 28 minutes ago, Liz. You said you did. So this my self-help book has already saved one marriage, Brian.
Which book?
Manson in Hell. What do you mean what book? How to emotionally satisfy a woman.
Hell saved your marriage?
Having read
Bob
the book.
Dylan, what the fuck happened? Saved a marriage. Trump unhinged. Saved a
They
marriage.
must have had one hell of a marriage. Oh my God.
How to emotionally satisfy a woman. Have you ever tried to do that, Brian?
Yeah, but I gave up like most guys.
Why?
Well,
It
you
just didn't work?
It's impossible.
Oh my God, Paul, is it impossible? Lori, is it impossible?
no, it is
I'm being
not.
the devil's advocate right
Well,
now.
no, you know what? I know you are
He's
because
saying
because
yes,
you're not a
and you're
bad
both
guy.
saying no.
You're one of the good ones, Brian.
You're a good one. That's why we're treating you with dignity and respect. 'Cause
But
you're a
the
good one.
the thing is, it's just about consistency and trust and
And throat drops.
well, but that's consistency.
Throat drops.
He puts
The key to a good
he
marriage
puts-
and a good relationship is throat drops.
He puts,
Four.
He puts
4 throat drops, not 3, not 5.
Four
Not
throat
five.
drops
3 is too
next
small.
to my bed
Mount 5 is
before
too
I go
large
to
a
bed. And I appreciate that because I'm
Well, I learned this lesson, Brian. The weird thing is that you're not going to believe where I learned this lesson about giving her 4 throat drops. But I learned it from my brother in the 1980s. He went to buy a porno magazine at Van Slyke's Pharmacy. Van Dyke's.
Slikes.
Van
I
Slyke's
lived a
Pharmacy.
half a block from there.
Of course, when the UFOs abducted you, right? And
Well, I would,
He's not going to let go with
that.
so, anyways, he went. He bought the porno mag. Big Breast Are Us was called. And he walked all the way back to the house and he said, wait a minute, what if at my party tonight people steal this? So I'm going to go back and buy another copy. So he went back and bought 3 more copies. So he had 4 copies. He kept going back and forth to the store. And so he told all his friends this. And his friends, of course, stole 3 of the copies on purpose. So at the end of the night, Mark said, listen, I got 1 copy left. I told you, Greg. See, I bought 4. And I realized that'd be the perfect number for Paul's throat drop situation, 4, because if 3 of them are taken by aliens in the middle of the night, she'll still have 1 throat drop.
No, wait a minute. You said he went back and
That was
forth.
Back and forth, back and
So
forth.
he would buy a magazine, go home, and
then
then go back and buy another one.
He got home and he's going like this. Oh, I should go buy another one, Greg. I'm like, yeah, you should, Mark. So he went and got me. He came, what about me? I need 3. He got back. I said, okay, yeah, go get 3. Then he said, wait, I need 4. And he went back and got a 4th one. And you should, I wish I could have, one of the few things I wish I could videotape of.
Where did-
It's the druggist cashier. He's coming in.
The same magazine. The same magazine.
Same magazine for 45 minutes or so, maybe an hour. Can I have a copy of Big Breast Are Us? And then I need another copy of Big Breast Are Us. And then a third time, I need a copy of Vietnam War. They must have been thinking,
Because all the pages are stuck together and I can't open it up.
Oh,
and then he topped himself that summer. He decided it was really hot out. It was 85 degrees, so he said, I'm going to shave my head, but he couldn't really do it well, so he kind of partially shaved it.
Your
And then-
head?
No, his head.
Oh, his head.
And then he said, Greg, I'm coming downstairs. I couldn't see him because of the way the staircase was set up. And he's like, I'm coming downstairs. Don't be shocked. But I shaved my head. And he had little splotches of hair. I was like, oh, my God. I'm coming down. I'm coming down. It scared the hell out of me. And then the rest of the summer, August and September, he wore until his hair grew back. So he had a hood. So when it was really still super fucking hot out, he had the hood instead of the hair. It was
Holy
really...
shit.
Is that where they got the idea for Napoleon
hoodies.
Dynamite? When
Yeah, it was
Pedro shaved his
the
head?
Napoleon Dynamite came from the Mark Sterlace
Oh
story.
my God.
And then he started calling himself Mark Very Happy. He's trying to combat the fact that he had the hood on and it was really hot out and his hair was all fucked up and he had the 4 porno rings and one of them was stolen. So he said, my name now is Very Happy. I'm like, what? He said, I'm not Mark Sterlace anymore. I'm Mark Very Happy. And then he started wearing all yellow. So he goes, yellow's the very happy color. So he had all yellow on all the time.
That's why
He
we're
had
painting our house
he had,
yellow.
He had yellow. That's why we're painting our house yellow. Our house is yellow. We're making sure to repaint it yellow. This week,
Wow.
shout out to Robbie and Mike. and our painters.
Our painters. Yeah, they watch
They're
us all the
watching.
And
time.
he had a yellow. He painted the walls in his bedroom yellow, and he had yellow tennis balls, and he had 6 yellow sweatsuits that he would alternate. But usually he would alternate them like, he would wear one for eight or 9 days and get it really
Bright yellow?
bright yellow with a hoodie, and he would wear one of them for 8 to 10 days and really get it real grungy. And then my parents would finally take it away from him. He'd go to yellow sweatsuit number 2. And that's the story of my life.
Where did Mark keep his porn magazines? Where did he keep his porn magazines?
He kept his porn magazines in the car so that when he sat on them, he could fart
With the chicken wing.
with a chicken wing and a chicken wing in his mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know where
yeah.
he had. He had them on the open. They had
God.
yellow porn magazines.
I'm just
No,
curious
Greg, I was
because I
just
never had any.
It was all
Did you-
Asian. It was all
that,
Asian porn. Mark it all.
Yeah. Oh,
No, I was
Brian, you enjoy
excited you
Asian
said
porn.
the name Van Slikes, Greg.
Van
Yeah.
Slikes at the corner
I
of.
didn't remember that name till you said it. And I was stopped at Colvin and Hurdle a week ago, and they're building something there. They're redoing the whole building. And I was like thinking of the old days of going in that pharmacy. My mom would give me 2 quarters and a note to get her cigarettes. They were 50 cents for a pack of Salems when I was 11. And then I went in there so many times to get her cigarettes, they didn't even ask for the note anymore. And I forgot it was called Van Slikes till you just said it. But I used to, when I was 11, I stole Playboy magazines from there.
They had them out. They didn't have them behind the counter.
We lost.
No,
Brian.
they were out.
We lost
They were
Brian.
out.
what?
I don't. He's talking, but nothing's coming. I don't hear anything.
I hear him.
No, I.
Oh, I heard him. No, you're right. We lost him.
We lost him, Tom.
Can
Brian, we lost your audio again.
try speaking, Brian.
Well, if he
Hello.
Okay,
Oh,
now
okay,
we got you
you're
again.
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
you
right.
stole Playboy magazines. That's good.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I did at the Wilson Farm.
When I was 11,
Oh my
I
God!
would walk in
11.
and stick them under my shirt and walk right out.
Did you have any idea what they were?
Brian, did you masturbate to those issues?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
At
of course.
11?
Was it tantric masturbation or
Yes.
quick and
Yes.
and fast masturbation?
Tantric master.
Well, I learned
At
about
11 years
I learned
old?
about tantric masturbation from Lee Stoner.
Yeah,
the great
11
English
years
folk
old,
singer.
man.
The pleasant
Yeah.
English folk
That's
singer Lee
that's
Stoner.
young. I don't.
No, not really. Not really.
Lee Stoner taught me about tantric masturbation. He said, "Greg, you just go for 2 or 3 days."
You know.
You had a nice
4 to
conversation about masturbation with Lee Stoner, did you?
Many conversations about masturbation with Lee Stoner.
You switch hands.
Switch hands, and you think
stranger.
Always right
And you-
hand.
and you-
Always right hand.
our song was written by Lee Stoner, Eating a Mormon.
Yes.
Eating a Mormon. You ever heard that song, Brian?
Eating a Mormon?
Yeah, it's about.
No,
He has a song,
no.
Eating a Mormon, where he eats all the religions as a cannibal on Earth, and he gains their spirituality. He eats a Christian, he eats a Mormon, he eats a Jew.
Is that like popular with Mormons?
Which explains why I have a really big cook pot in my kitchen.
Yeah, right.
One time we drove to Rochester for 2 hours to get a $5 walk.
I didn't tell you that though on the way there.
No, that's what we did. We went to
I
Rochester
said,
for
"You
a
want to take a
$5
ride to
walk."
Rochester?" And he says, "Why?" And I said, "Let's go see. Let's see what's at the movie theater and the Eastman House." And we did.
But she was going for a $5 walk
But they
in the
had-
suburbs of
this-
Rochester.
this
$5
Chinese-
walk.
this
It cost
Chinese girl-
way more than in gas.
This Chinese girl was selling this fabulous wok.
See, you thought it was great because she was Chinese.
No,
if she was an
I didn't know she
American-
was Chinese.
Oh, yeah,
for $5,
right.
and I
$5
couldn't. It
walk,
was
come
still in the
on.
box.
What are the odds you didn't
I
know she was
couldn't.
Chinese?
I could not figure it out. Well, it's because she was Chinese. She was selling it because she had one of
Because
those
she had a special wok
big
in her house, a $10
monster woks that
She had
were
a $10 monster wok, and then
stainless
she gave Paul
steel.
the regular size.
And it was just a regular
$5 wok.
person wok, a regular person like somebody who only cooks
It was
Chinese
kind of like
food
it was kind of like
occasionally.
it was kind of like Willy Wonka and a magic chicken. We
and
got
it's
the magic
still
$5
in
wok.
great shape.
And to this day,
That
I
wok
stick
was
bread in it.
worth $5. It was
Yeah.
worth way more than that, and that's been with us for
Laura, do you want to
10
talk about
years.
your troubles on the air, or you want to keep them to yourself?
No, I was just thinking of what to do with the word wok. I was thinking about we could go to Hot Mama's Canteen,
Waka Waka?
which is in Whack Whack.
Oh my God!
No, we're not doing that. But, you know,
Nessa salutes you.
so I like taking a ride. We went to the movies. We had a nice time at the movies, and then we got my walk.
Then you got the walk.
So what the
So
hell?
I went to my 40th
The Walk
high
of
school,
Ages.
40th high school reunion last week, and it was a mind fuck. It was a total mind
What?
fuck because I didn't know who the hell
Oh, you
any of these
went to
people were.
yours?
Yeah, 40th anniversary reunion last week.
You didn't know who anybody was?
No, I knew some of the people, but out of the 60 people that were there, a lot of them I had no idea. I saw these people from 79 to 83, and I hadn't seen any of them in 40 years. They were teenagers, and now they're senior citizens.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was
That's
like, who the
why
fuck
I
is
didn't
that?
go to my
Who the fuck
40th.
is that? Who the fuck is that? It was a total mind fuck. And I kept telling everyone I feel really awkward and disassociated from you people, and they're all like, no, we don't feel that way. It was like Stepford high school people. They were like, we don't feel that way. We all know each other and love each other. I'm like, what the fuck? All night long. Like this is. So finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I sat alone. I just sat alone, brooding. You know, I was brooding in the corner. And this guy who I talked to like 10 seconds in high school, maybe 5 seconds, maybe once, maybe 0 seconds, comes over to me and says, "Yes, I'm sitting next to you, Greg." And of course, he doesn't tell me who the fuck he is. I don't know who the fuck he is. I have to figure it out like I'm Columbo.
This is exactly why I didn't go to mine.
No, it was fun. I'm putting the pieces together in my mind because I heard his name earlier tonight. Finally, I said, "Do they call you Mr. Slaughter?" And he goes, "Yes, they call me Mr. Slaughter." And then he started telling me about how I don't know anything about politics and how I'm wrong about everything and how Kamala Harris is doing a great bang-up job. And I'm like, it was a total mind fuck. It was incredible. And people were just coming at me and they kept saying, "Hi, Greg. How are you?" And I said, "Good." And I kept waving him to say, I'm Bob. I'm like this guy I wrote a fucking song about in high school, Bob Reville. I wrote a song about him called Bob Reville in '83, and it said, "If you are Bob Reville, you can't feel." I was kind of negative against him, you know. And he's talking to me for like 20 minutes. And he said, "Greg, you look great. You look really great, Greg. Yeah, you look you look fantastic." I'm thinking, you can't fucking tell me. You know I don't know who you fucking are. You can't tell me who you fucking are, Bob. What the fuck? And finally he tells someone after 20 minutes, he goes, "Oh, I'm Bob Reville." I'm like, you fucking cocksucker.
I wrote a song about you.
So what about name tags?
I
Weren't
know
name
there were no
tags?
name tags.
No
There-
name tags.
There were name tags at mine.
Did you go with them?
No, I would. Are you kidding
And then
me?
they said you could have a blue pill or a red pill. And I said, I'll take both. Because this is unreal and real at the same. It's too real at the
God.
same time. It was too much. And then the one guy who's Byron Brown's left-hand man, right-hand man, left-hand man, right-hand man at City Hall. His name is John Licata. Let's call him John Licata. And I realized all of a sudden it hit me. This guy secretly runs Buffalo the way Dick Cheney used to secretly run the government, run the U.S. government. And I said to him, I went up to him, I said, "John, it's obvious you secretly run Buffalo." And he said, "No, I don't." He immediately, he didn't pause. Now, when you tell someone, you say to someone you haven't seen in 40 years, you secretly run Buffalo, he's supposed to say, "What? Huh? What a weird comment. What do you mean by that?" No, he immediately says, "No, I don't." I said, "So that just proves, John." And I had a witness, this guy Joe, and I said, not one of my classmates, and I said, "This proves it." And he's like, "Well, Greg, I can't deny that I think about it often." So I found that out. And then this guy, let's call him Shivan Kartha, right? He's a genius. He's like Sheldon Cooper. He works for the World Global Climate Association of World Climate Association of the world.
Of the world.
Right? And he's been trying for...
doing
Hold on,
great
Brian.
job.
Hold on, Brian. He's been trying for 10 years to solve climate problems, climate change. This guy's on the commission, international commission. He lives in Helsinki. And I said to him, "Shivan, are you going to save the world?" He goes, "Greg, I can't do it. It's futile. We've been trying for 10 years. It's futile. We're all going to die." I'm like, "No." I said, "Shivan, you got to promise me, goddammit. You got the power. You got the brain power. You're going to save the fucking world. You're going to stop climate change." And he said, "Okay, Greg, for you, I'm going to solve climate change. 10 years maximum. Climate change will be solved. World climate change will be solved. And I'm going to go out when I win my Nobel Prize. I'm going to go up on this podium. I would say I was inspired by my classmate Greg Sterlace at my 40th high school reunion. I was giving up. I was saying it's futile, but he talked me into it. He said, "If you just try, Shivan, if you put your brain power to use, you're a fucking genius. You can do it." And I realized he was right. I'm going to give all the credit to Greg Sterlace at the Nobel Prize ceremony and say he inspired me. I said, "That's more like it, buddy." And then I have to go to the bathroom now. And then I went to the bathroom. But
You must have really shook those old guys up.
It was It was insane. It was just all these. I was just trying to suss things out, and it was just like one person after another saying, "Hello, Greg. Hello, hello." I came in, and this woman looked at me, and she says, "Hello, Greg." The first thing I got in there like 2 seconds in. Well, actually, the first thing is I ran to one of my classmates outside. He said, "Lou Petrucci, let's call him." And he's on the Greg Sterlace show here. He interviewed me for Buffalo Spree. I've seen him 3 times this year. I run into him outside. He says to me, "Greg, are you here for the reunion?" I say, "No, Lou. I just happen to magically appear here. You're going to a reunion? What kind of reunion is it?" And he says, "I got the high school yearbook here from '83." I go, '83. I haven't seen it in 40 years since Matt Flynn, or let's call it Matt Flynn, or Tracy Welch. Let's call her Tracy Welch. Stole my yearbook when I was living with them in Beth Lewinsky and John Resnick in 1984, and I never got it back. One of those motherfuckers. Maybe Resnick took it for all I know. Maybe he used that as a platform for fame. Maybe it was Beth Lewinsky. I don't know.
He still has it. Yeah.
Someone stole it from me, and it was amazing because I'm psychic. I mean, I'm psycho. I said, "Let me see that. I haven't seen it in 40 years. I want to find my page." I opened it like this, and I went right to my page. And Lou was like, "Oh my God, that was psycho." I'm like, "That was psycho." And I was so blown away by seeing myself with the little Joey Ramone glasses, and I didn't even read what I had written on the page, which I knew what it was. It was Jonathan Richman quotes. And Jonathan Richman sat in this very fucking studio in 1997, and I interviewed him, and he said I was better than Letterman, but not as good as Conan O'Brien, and he'd been on both fucking shows. Better than Letterman.
So what did you write?
No, I mean, I just used his lyrics.
Oh,
I didn't write anything.
But what was it?
It was I'm in love with the modern world.
Okay. All right.
That was one of them. There was a second one, but I can't remember the other one. But I'm in love with the modern world, which the Sex Pistols covered. But he told me I was better than David fucking Letterman. On the ride, he gave me a ride home, and he said, "You're better, but you're not as good as Conan." But I wear that as a badge of honor forever and ever. And it was a total mind fuck. I felt like I was surfing on these people like that. They thought they were gonna and I thought they were all gonna just do one of those like things with the where they burn you in a wicker man
Effigy?
No, not an effigy. They actually burn you in a wicker man. I thought they were all going to take me outside. Like, let's go to the roof. There's a rooftop there. They're like, let's go to the roof, Greg. What do you mean, let's go? Yes, we were all waiting here for you. Let's go to the roof. It'll be okay. Come with us.
I have something.
Okay.
Before we
Wait.
before
Is
we end
this
the show.
on your list?
No, there's no
Let's
list.
go to Lori's list now.
It's been
Laura-
working in my head.
Okay.
You know, you'll read about a governor
Yes.
and the race for the governor.
Yes.
What do they call that?
A gubernatorial race?
race.
Why?
Because they're governors. Governor Nelson Rockefeller, Governor Andrew Cuomo, Governor Mario Cuomo, governors.
All right.
That's how you pronounce it.
Because it has something to do with peanuts. I'm not exactly sure
I
why.
always thought that. I thought, well, it must come from something down
maybe
in...
Well, no,
maybe
I mean,
they
'cause
use
Jimmy Carter-
peanuts. They put peanuts in a cup to vote.
Well, Jimmy
So
Carter was a gubernatorial candidate at one point.
That's right.
And
He was a
peanut-
gubernatorial.
and he was a peanut farmer.
Gubernatorial. And he's going to be 99 in a few days.
And he's now 2'3".
Yeah. He fits into a little,
I like the governor of Pennsylvania, and I want him to be president.
So right tonight we're going to visit Todd Matina.
What is that,
The great
Shapiro?
Todd Matina.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
We're going to visit
Todd
the great Todd
Matina,
Matina,
the Gypsy Parlor.
He and his daughter.
Yeah, so meet us
Gabrielle.
there at Gypsy Parlor for a celebration of how many
10
years?
10
10 years.
years.
If we had fucking, instead of 0 viewers, if we had 100 viewers, if we had 1,000 viewers, none of them would go to meet us to hang out with Todd Matina.
I know. I was just
If
being
we had
silly.
20,000 viewers for some weird reason, and he heard this, they'd be like, "Okay, what does that have to do with anything? Why would I get out and leave my house, leave my car where I'm farting on chicken wings?"
I find it hard to believe it's only 10 years because I swore I was going to Gypsy Parlor before 2013.
Well, who would know better, you or
well,
Todd Matina?
we got
I
back.
can actually look it up in my.
We got back in 2013, and I think he opened it like
And you know who made a movie there?
the year that we
At
got
Gypsy
back.
Parlor? John Turturro.
Did
Yeah.
really?
John Turturro made a movie.
Did we
there.
watch it?
No,
How come we don't watch it yet?
we want to.
Desperately.
We want.
We can't stop ourselves. We're going to go on Amazon.com tonight and watch it. It's called John Turturro's movie.
I don't think it's called
No.
that, Greg.
So it was a great being here with all. Brian, were we respected enough? Were we dignified enough with you?
Yeah,
You
mostly.
motherfucker. Mostly. What a bunch of bullshit. Completely.
I think we're-
completely. I just gave you the whole fucking half hour.
We have 14 seconds left, so yeah.
I didn't like the UFO references and stuff, so I thought that would team
Gorgeous.
Boo. I
seconds.
tried as hard as I could. and it
You know
wasn't
what?
good enough
I
for
have
you.
two
Bye,
friends in
bye.
Florida. I have two friends in Florida who were abducted.